Hello everyone and welcome back to the Till Death Paranormal podcast. I'm Si.
And I'm Claire.
And this week we're diving into cursed objects.
We are indeed.
It's Cursed Object Week.
It is Cursed Object Week.
Object Week, and we're starting with what's been called the world's most haunted object. The Dybbuk Box.
Say it properly.
The Dybbuk Box.
The Dybbuk Box. So this is a wine cabinet that inspired the 2012 horror film The Possession, that's been blamed for strokes, nightmares, mysterious health problems, and even cursing Post Malone after he touched it.
That's why he got all the tats. Didn't mean to. It's been passing from owner to owner, with each person experiencing increasingly terrifying paranormal activity. And now it sits in Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum in Las Vegas, where it continues to torment visitors.
But here's where it gets interesting. The guy who originally sold it on eBay in 2003 has since admitted that he made the whole thing up. It was a creative writing project, apparently.
Yeah, odd.
Weird one.
So is the Dybbuk Box actually...
Say it properly, why is it gonna...
Is the Dybbuk Box...
Thank you.
...actually cursed, or is it just a really good horror story that took on a life of its own? And what even is a Dybbuk anyway?
Today we're covering everything from ancient Jewish folklore about possessing spirits to the supposed history of the specific box, to what's happened to everyone who's owned it, to the big reveal that it might all be fake.
Because even if Kevin Mannis made up the backstory, hundreds of people have reported experiencing paranormal activity around this box. So maybe the lie became the truth. Maybe he accidentally created a real cursed object.
Should we find out?
Let's find out.
This is the story of the Dybbuk Box.
Said I do and now we're stuck, going through life without much luck. Stuck as I've been and don't your breath. Swear together now till death.
So every season, episode 2 is a cursed object.
It is indeed.
Cursed Object Week, yeah. So episode 2 of every season will be cursed objects. Last season it was the Annabelle doll.
It was the Annabelle doll.
So
we thought we'd do something different
so
than a doll. Because
if you haven't heard that, then go back and listen to it.
Yeah, there's quite a lot in that Annabelle doll.
There's a lot in the Annabelle doll story and the origins of that. But yeah, it's Cursed Object Week.
Yeah.
And like you said, we're doing something a little bit different. There's a lot of cursed dolls.
Yeah,
Probably
a lot of cursed dolls.
Not shocking to many, but yeah, this week we went for the Dybbuk Box because it's slightly odd.
Yeah, it's different.
Very different.
And when the research that we've read and that is actually quite like what you just literally just sit going.
It's kind of strange, and it does have a lot of history which we will discuss. So let's fucking dive in. Shall we?
Let's dive in.
Let's dive in. So before we get into the box itself, we need to understand what a Dybbuk actually is, because this isn't some made-up Hollywood monster. Dybbuks are a real part of Jewish folklore and mysticism going back hundreds of years.
The word Dybbuk comes from the Hebrew verb dabak, which means to cling or to adhere. So a Dybbuk is literally something that clings to you, and not in a good way.
Not in a good way.
No,
like when you're a bit overweight and you've got like a tight t-shirt and it's just rained and it starts clinging. It's not good, is it? You know?
What an analogy.
Well, it's the same thing. You start looking like, a bin bag full of sick. It's not a good look.
I'm not even going to reply to that.
In Jewish mythology, a Dybbuk is the dislocated soul of a dead person. It's not a demon in the traditional sense. It's a human spirit, but one that's become malicious and restless because it couldn't complete its purpose during its life.
It's actually quite sad when you think about it.
Unless that purpose is...
Yeah, unless it's a bad person.
Not a good thing.
Okay, these are souls that weren't allowed to move on to the afterlife. Maybe they committed terrible sins.
There you go.
Maybe they died with unfinished business. Some legends say Dybbuks escaped from the Gehenna, which is basically the Jewish equivalent of purgatory or hell. I'm just going to state for this fact, I really apologise to anybody who takes offence to this. I'm not doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong.
You may be doing it wrong.
But I just want to. We're just apologising now. We're not doing it on purpose.
Others say Dybbuks were rejected from Gehenna entirely because their transgressions were too serious. Like, if you committed suicide or certain other grave sins, even hell wouldn't take you. So you're stuck wandering the earth as a disembodied, angry spirit.
And what do these spirits do? They possess living people. They attach themselves to a person's body and soul, causing mental illness, physical sickness, and psychological torment.
The Dybbuk speaks through the possessed person's mouth, representing a completely separate personality. It's not like the person is just acting weird. There's literally another entity controlling them, speaking with their voice.
Belief in Dybbuks became especially widespread in the 16th and 17th century Eastern Europe, particularly among the Jewish communities in Poland, Russia, and Ukraine. This was during a time of intense persecution, poverty, and suffering for Jewish populations.
The Kabbalist Isaac Luria, who lived from 1534 to 1572, really popularized the concept. His teachings about the transmigration of souls, called Gilgul, laid the groundwork for understanding how spirits could return to Earth and attach themselves to living people.
And here's something interesting, actually, which I didn't know. Dybbuks most commonly possessed women. Young women, especially often right before their weddings. Some historians think this was because women in these traditional communities had no legitimate voice or power, so possession became a way to express trauma or disconnect.
Think about it. If you're a woman in the 16th century Poland, you have basically no rights, no say in your life whatsoever. You're being forced into a marriage you don't want to be in. Suddenly you're possessed by a Dybbuk, and now you can scream, curse, refuse, act out, and it's not your fault. It's the spirit.
That's actually pretty dark when you think about it.
Yeah.
But psychiatric professionals have noted the similarities between Dybbuk possession cases and what we'd now recognise as dissociative disorders, trauma responses, or psychotic episodes.
But whether it's psychological or supernatural, the treatment was exorcism. And Jewish exorcism is actually really different from Catholic exorcism.
In Catholic exorcism, the goal is to forcefully expel the demon. You're essentially at war with it, but in Jewish tradition, the goal is to heal both the possessed person and the troubled spirit.
Which is probably a nicer way of trying to do it.
Yeah. I mean, mostly in Catholic ones anyway, they're more renowned for saying it's a demon or something, whereas this is saying it's a spirit.
Yeah, there is that, yeah. And they're trying to heal both, so both that can pass on, and it obviously releases itself.
Yeah.
But from its own means, from the person. Yeah. Whereas Catholic, you're trying to rip that thing out the body.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a nice way of looking at it, but whether it works or not, who knows? Because remember, the Dybbuk isn't a demon, it is a human soul that's suffering. So the rabbi performing the exorcism would try to communicate with the Dybbuk, find out what it wants, understand its pain, and hopefully try and help it find peace.
That's quite a nice way to do it, though.
That's what I mean, yeah.
The ritual would take place in a synagogue with at least 10 Jewish men present, called a minyan. Minyan?
I don't know, I'm making it up as well.
Which is required for Jewish religious services. 7 Torah scrolls would be removed from the ark, 7 black candles lit, and 7 ram's horns called shofaret would be sounded.
The rabbi was used paraphernalia like a shofar, a lit candle, and sometimes an empty glass flask that the Dybbuk could retreat into once it left the victim's body. The idea was to give the spirit somewhere safe for it to go.
And this is important. Nowhere in traditional Jewish folklore or Kabbalistic text is there any mention of trapping a Dybbuk inside a box. Dybbuks possess people. They attach to living humans, not inanimate objects.
And that's a critical point we'll come back to, because when Kevin Mannis created the Dybbuk Box legend, he was inventing something that had never existed in Jewish tradition. There's no historical precedent for a Dybbuk inhabiting a box at all.
The concept became famous in popular culture through a Yiddish play called The Dybbuk, written by S. Anskai between 1913 and 1916. It premiered on stage in 1920 and tells the story of a young bride possessed by the spirit of her deceased lover.
Leonard Bernstein later composed a ballet based on the play. There was a 1937 film adaptation. The story has been told and retold countless times, so by the time the 21st century rolled round, people were quite familiar with the concept of Dybbuks, but not Dybbuk boxes.
That was Kevin Manny's innovation, and whether he meant to or not, he created one of the most famous paranormal legends of the internet age.
As always, if you're enjoying the podcast so far, please do not hesitate to click the subscribe, follow and like and all that good stuff.
Subscribe!
give us a good rating if you're enjoying what we're laying down in your ears, in your ear holes.
In your ear holes.
In your ear holes, because we're not doing this for fun. We are,
no, we
are doing it for fun, but you can still do it. No one's stopping you. Okay? No one's stopping you.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, so possessions with Dybbuks are, as we discussed, quite different.
Yeah.
And the way they get dealt with between Catholic and Jewish Catholic.
Yeah, it's a different process, isn't it? Like, because obviously we've all seen the films with The Exorcist, and which we have done a thing on as well.
Yeah, we
the
have.
Real
Yeah,
one.
go back and listen
to
to
series
that
one.
Series 1. What are you doing in series 2? You haven't listened to series 1. You're crazy.
But yeah, they're completely different. Like the Jewish way sounds actually quite a nice way to.
But that's with Dybbuk, so I'm wondering
But that's if it's different, depending on the possession.
If they believe it's an actual demon inside a body, would it be a different thing?
Catholics mostly say it's a demon.
Yeah, they go
taken over by. They go straight to
the
demon.
Demon call.
But then when you actually look at stuff, so I've brought this up before, but supernatural. There's actually a lot of spirit possession in that one. Like when, if you haven't watched it, I'm sorry, I'm going to ruin it now. But when Bobby possesses that woman, and that because he's a spirit, he's not a demon. He's just he's just getting very angry because he's got unfinished business.
The longer he stays,
because he's got unfinished business with what's his face.
The more he gets twisted.
Yeah,
which is what's meant to. So the thing is with supernatural, they do take a hell of a lot of lore from the real world and put it into the show.
The real lore that they've actually researched that it's in the show.
It's pretty good and pretty well done.
Yeah, you may hear us talk about them quite a bit in the series, but
it is one of our favourite shows, though.
But yeah, I think that's why it's so good, and that's why it went on for so long, because of everything that they had in it.
It's got truth and lore behind it, like Wendigos and stuff like that.
The Woman in White and stuff like that, which you may hear crop up over all the series that we do.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll take.
But I still don't know about this Dybbuk box,
Well, that's what we're going to get into.
Yeah. So let's get into the actual story of the Dybbuk box. This all starts in 2001 in Portland, Oregon, with a guy named Kevin Mannis.
Kevin Mannis was a writer and creative professional who owned a small furniture refinishing and antique business. He'd go to estate sales looking for pieces he could restore and then resell.
In September 2001, Mannis went to an estate sale for a 103-year-old woman, wow,
I know, right?
who had recently died.
Good innings.
Bless her. Good innings, 103. According to his story, the woman was originally from Poland and was a Holocaust survivor.
Her entire family, parents, brothers and sister, husband, 2 sons and a daughter were all killed in Nazi concentration camps, which is obviously horrendous enough. She somehow escaped with other prisoners and made it to Spain, where she supposedly acquired the wine cabinet.
Mannis bought the cabinet at the sale, but when the woman's granddaughter saw that he'd purchased it, she pulled him aside and told him about its dark history.
She told him the cabinet was called a Dybbuk Box and that her grandmother had always kept it sealed. She never let anyone open it, she kept it hidden away in a sewing room, and apparently she warned the family to never open it. Now, we watched a thing about it, didn't we?
Yeah.
So it was in a sewing room, on
and
top
it was
of a wardrobe.
High, on top of a wardrobe, out the way.
Well, out the way of the kids.
Yeah, and they weren't allowed to touch it.
She point blank said to everyone, you do not open this box.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, weird. So when Mannis offered to give the box back, thinking it must have had some sentimental value, the granddaughter became visibly upset and refused to take it. She insisted he keep it, which that's already a red flag.
Massive red flag.
Yeah.
I mean, double arm flag here.
Yeah, but if it's that important to the family, why wouldn't you want to take it back?
Because it's not that important. They just want rid of that thing, don't they?
Because they've always been told, no, don't touch
don't
it.
open it.
Don't open it, don't open it.
They may have been told something's evil in there. If they got a chance to get rid of that thing, you get rid of that thing, don't you?
Yeah, very
you don't
true.
keep it hanging around the house.
No, you don't.
So,
Weird one.
I know. So Manus takes the box to his furniture shop and puts it in the basement. He's planning to refinish it and give it to his mother as a birthday gift. Nice. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, almost immediately, strange things started happening. Manus left the shop to run an errand one day, and while he was gone, he got a frantic phone call from one of his employees.
The employee said someone was in the shop swearing, screaming and smashing things, but when Manus rushed back, there was nobody there. The lights in the basement were all broken and the entire space reeked of cat piss, even though there were no cats anywhere near the shop.
The employee quit on the spot and never came back. Well, can't blame you.
No, I wouldn't blame him either. I'll see you later.
So yeah, I'll be gone. So now Manus is alone with this box and he decides to clean it up and give it to his mother anyway. Still thinking it's just a nice antique wine cabinet, basically.
Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
Why wouldn't
That's
you
what
want
it is. His mother came to the shop on a birthday so they could go get lunch together. Manus gave her the box. She was examining it, seeming happy with the gift. Then Manus stepped away to make a phone call.
And when he came back, literally 5 minutes, his mother was sitting in a chair, completely expressionless, crying, and totally unresponsive. She'd had a stroke.
Yeah, a stroke. Right after receiving the box. She was rushed to the hospital and survived, but she lost her ability to speak for a while. The only way she could communicate was using a spelling board where she'd point to letters.
When Manus asked her how she was doing, she spelled out, "no gift." He said he'd given her a gift, and she frantically spelled it again, "hate gift." Nice.
Yeah. On the same day, the lease to Manus' shop was terminated without any explanation. His landlord just kicked him out. No cause given. Everything in his life was suddenly falling apart.
So Manus takes the box home, and that's when things got truly terrifying. He started having reoccurring nightmares, the same nightmare over and over.
In the dream, he'd be walking with a friend he trusted, and at some point he'd look into his friend's eyes and see this ancient, shriveled old woman staring back at him. She had wild, bloodshot eyes, and she'd beat him until he couldn't move.
His girlfriend at the time had the exact same nightmare, word for word, the same dream. So did his sister, brother, and brother's wife when they stayed over. All of them independently reported dreaming about an old hag attacking them. That's weird, isn't it?
It is odd, yeah.
How many people is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
5 different people.
5 different people having the exact
sort of
same dream. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Manus started seeing shadow figures in his house, dark shapes moving through the hallways. Visitors to his home saw them too, so it wasn't just him.
He put the box in a storage unit outside his house, hoping that would stop the activity. Almost immediately, the smoke alarm in the storage unit went off, but when he investigated, there was no smoke, just that overwhelming smell of cat piss.
Nice.
It's not a nice smell at all, is it? It's horrible.
The smell had also permeated his entire house by this point. He brought the box back inside and started desperately searching the internet for some information about it.
One night, he fell asleep at his computer and had the nightmare again. He woke up at 4:30 a.m. to the feeling of someone breathing in his neck and the strong smell of jasmine flowers. Then he saw the shadow figure move down his hallway.
Nice.
I know.
Inside the box, Manus found several strange items. 2 pennies from the 1920s, one from 1928 and one from 1925, a small lock of blonde hair and a small lock of black or brown hair, and both were bound with cord.
A granite statue engraved with the Hebrew word shalom, which means peace. Ironic, right?
Yeah.
Given what was happening, 1 dried rosebud, a golden goblet, and a weird black candlestick holder with legs like an octopus. Like an octopus.
Like an octopus.
Like an octopus.
By this point, Manus was terrified and desperate to get rid of the thing, but he was afraid that if he destroyed it, whatever was attached to the box might just stay with him permanently.
So, in September 2003, he did what any reasonable person in the early internet age would do. He listed it on eBay. Oh yeah. And he wrote the most elaborate, detailed, horrifying item description you've ever seen.
The eBay listing became internet legend. It was like reading a horror novel. Manus laid out the entire backstory, every paranormal event, the nightmares, the strokes, the shadow figures, absolutely everything. Now, when we watched the video on this Dybbuk Box, he actually, before he put it on eBay, he tried to give it to his sister.
Yeah, he tried to give it to his sister.
They lasted like 2 days or something.
I think she had it for 2 days.
Then he tried to give it to his brother.
He had it for a day.
Yeah. Then he tried to give it to someone else and they had it for 3 days. Oh, his girlfriend as well.
His girlfriend.
And she was like, I don't want that shit.
No.
So he tried to palm this off to as many people as he could.
No one would have it.
And everyone just fucking dropped it back off a couple of days later.
Yeah, it didn't even last a week.
No.
In some people's houses.
So then obviously that's when he decided this thing's going on fucking eBay.
Yeah.
And then he wrote that listing.
Yeah, he wrote the listing and people went crazy for it. It went viral. It was shared on forums, paranormal websites, message boards, everything. Everyone was talking about the Dybbuk Box.
So the fact that the mother, so in the
within 5 minutes of having the box, she had a stroke.
Yeah, in the thing.
There's coincidence.
I know, and then there's that.
And then there's that.
So in the thing the documentary about it that we watched, she opened it up. And apparently she felt a wave of breeze type thing over her.
Yeah.
And
like a cold breeze, but this is like.
And she described it as like just a flood of evil.
Yeah.
Passing over her.
Yeah, that's how she. Well, that's how apparently she described it.
Yeah, apparently that's how she described it. And then she had the stroke.
Yeah, and apparently the reason why he lost his store as well, because apparently the FBI came and raided it. That was in the documentary thing that we watched on YouTube. Apparently all that week, the week he had it, he just had bad luck after bad luck. So the FBI came and raided, and apparently they were just raiding all shops like that for stolen antiques and stuff. Yeah. So they were raiding all the shops on that street. Yeah. And then his landlord got a bit like, I don't really want to be associated with you. Yeah. You're gone.
Yeah.
So it's a weird one. I mean, did that really happen?
Well,
do you know what I mean? This is his story.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. We'll get more into it.
There's a lot of coincidences, isn't there?
Yeah. Great listing on eBay though.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, eBay, early 2000s eBay, you could buy so much weird shit.
Yeah.
It was rife.
It was rife with weird shit.
So, it wouldn't really be that out of place. But this one obviously took people attention quite well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised if you're there looking for stuff and then all of a sudden this massive story comes up.
If you're looking for weird stuff and then it's got that attached to it, you're blaming Willow.
It reminds me of it's like a Reddit story, isn't it?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
But it's the description of the
box. But
box.
with an item, so why not? Why not? But, yeah, weird. Before we go any further, though, let's have a message, Claire.
Message from the sponsor.
Alright, before we continue this episode, here's a quick word from our sponsor and friends over at Haunted.
This is actually really cool. So Haunted is a new map-based app for paranormal lovers. You open it up and it literally shows you haunted locations near where you're sitting right now.
Right now, yeah, it's like Google Maps but for ghosts. So you can read about each location, see other people's experiences, and even share your own encounters.
They're currently live over on Kickstarter, so if you want to help bring it all to life and maybe find out if your street's hiding something spooky, go check it out.
Just search Haunted on Kickstarter or hit the link in the show notes. Trust us, it's one of the coolest paranormal projects we've seen in ages.
Super duper cool.
I know, super duper cool.
Super
Back
duper cool.
to the episode, Claire.
Here we go.
Thank you. We're back from the sponsor shout out. Now, if you haven't checked them out, please go and check Haunted out, because
go and help them on their Kickstarter.
It's something very special, that thing. Really is.
Yeah, we're excited for that to start, aren't we?
Yeah,
we can't wait for that.
Hopefully getting something sent over to us, which would be cool.
Yeah.
And we can put it up on all our socials, which would be good. But back to the podcast. The Dybbuk Box is on eBay, and Kevin Manis has written this incredibly compelling story to go along with it. Yeah? Mm-hmm. The auction ended with a winning bid. Can you guess how much?
Well, I can read it, can't I? So there's no point guessing.
I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the listener.
50 quid.
Incorrect, Claire. It was $140.
Which I don't know what it is in conversion, but hey.
Back then, I don't know, probably about 80 quid or something.
For a box, not bad.
80 quid.
I mean, yeah. 80 quid for a box, bloody hell. So the buyer was a college student. I mean, this is why I'm shocked it was that much, because it's a college student.
I know, right?
Yeah. The buyer was a college student in Missouri named Yusef Nixt, and apparently he had no idea what he was getting himself into.
Exactly. According to Nitsk, he started experiencing paranormal activity, well, almost immediately. Nightmares about the old hag, just like everyone else. Strange smells, cat piss, appearing out of nowhere.
I just don't know how I feel about the whole cat piss smell.
Well, you get rotten meat for demons and shit like that. So
Apparently.
it's just nasty smells, isn't it? Like ammonia and shit.
Yeah, but Yusef reported additional symptoms. He said all the lights in his house started burning out constantly. Brand new bulbs would just die within days. His hair started falling out for no medical reason, and just clumps of his hair were coming out in his hand.
Ugh. After just 8 months of owning the box, Yusef had had enough. He put it back on eBay, complete with his own horror stories, to add to the legend.
The next buyer was Jason Haxton. He was the director of the Museum of Orthopedic Medicine at A.T. Still University in Kirksville, Missouri.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
That is a very big mouthful.
Absolute mouthful.
I know. Sorry, guys. And Haxton actually wrote a whole book about his experience called The Dybbuk Box.
Haxton claimed he developed severe health problems after acquiring the box. Hives that covered his entire body. He started coughing up blood. He had head-to-toe welts that appeared out of nowhere.
Mad, innit?
Ugh.
His wife experienced bloody weeping blisters after she came in contact with clothing he'd worn during a failed attempt to contain the box. Think about that. She didn't even touch the box directly, just his clothes, and she got blisters.
At this point, I'm thinking that he's not well.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's
she
is
caught an illness.
like he's very contagious. yeah.
Light bulbs in his office would burst and explode. He started having the same nightmares about the hag. Then one night, he and his son were watching TV when his son pointed to the corner of the room and asked, "What is that?"
Haxton looked and saw what he described as a black flame-like mass in the room with them. Just this dark, moving shadow that seemed alive. That was his breaking point.
That was his breaking point.
That was his breaking point. After the hives and the welts and all that,
exploding light
his
bulbs.
breaking point was when his son went, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
In the corner. Yeah.
Haxton consulted with rabbis and paranormal specialists to figure out how to seal the Dybbuk back in the box. He performed rituals, used salt and sage, locked it up tight. Then he buried it in a secret location.
For years, Haxton kept the burial location secret. He was trying to find what he called the right person to help the entity or understand its truth. He wanted someone who could handle it responsibly.
In 2016, that person turned out to be Zach Bagans, the host of Ghost Adventures and owner of the Haunted Museum in Las Vegas. Bagans bought the Dybbuk Box from Haxton for an undisclosed sum, but given Bagans' collection, it was probably substantial.
But it was. And the box is still there today, on display at the Haunted Museum at 600 East Charleston Boulevard in Las Vegas. It sits in its own room, encased in glass, advertised as the world's most haunted object.
Bagans himself has claimed to have experienced paranormal activity around the box. Shortly after it arrived at the museum, mysterious holes started appearing in the walls around the exhibit, like something was trying to break out from inside.
Museum staff and visitors have reported feeling sick, anxious and angry near the box. Black shadows have been seen and people have fainted. There are countless accounts of strange experiences.
Bagan was supposed to open the box live on camera during a Halloween broadcast in 2018, but he claimed he sensed so much evil emanating from it that he lost his nerve at the last moment.
Then, in 2020, during the COVID pandemic, when the museum was closed to the public, Baggins finally did open it during an episode of Ghost Adventures Quarantine. What happened during the opening is, well, you'd have to watch the episode, but Baggins claims it was one of the most intense paranormal experiences of his career.
And then there's the Post Malone incident. In 2018, the rapper Post Malone visited the Haunted Museum, and according to Zach Baggins, he touched or was near the Dybbuk Box.
Shortly after that visit, Post Malone's private jet had a landing gear malfunction and nearly crashed. His Rolls Royce was T-boned in a collision, and his house was burglarised and an armed robbery, and just basically a string of terrible luck for Post Malone.
Yeah,
I remember seeing all that in the paper.
Yeah, it is kind of is it a coincidence? But that's a lot of things quite bad to happen in a rather short space of time.
And especially after visiting the box.
Yeah. So, Baggins believes Post Malone was cursed by the Dybbuk Box. Post Malone himself has talked about feeling like something bad was following him around. Whether that's true, or was it just a coincidence, it also became part of the legend.
The museum now warns visitors explicitly before they enter. You have to sign a waiver acknowledging that you're about to see the most haunted objects in the world, and that you're entering at your own risk.
And here's something wild. According to Zach Baggins and other paranormal investigators, there are actually 10 Dybbuk boxes in the world. Each one supposedly aligns with the Tree of Life concept from Kabbalah, which is the basis for Jewish mysticism.
Baggins owns 2 of them. 8 out of the 10 are accounted for, and the locations of the other 2 remain unknown. So somewhere out there might be 2 more Dybbuk boxes causing absolute chaos.
So if your nan has a weird box
that you're not allowed to touch, that's
then,
up high out the way, then don't open it.
Just email Zach Baggins and let him buy it off you for an undisclosed fee.
Yeah, he'll probably pay for your mortgage, to be fair.
I know. But Zach Baggins, whether or not you like the guy or you think he's a fucking prick, is it's one of them things, because I believe, I'm not a huge fan of him. I believe he started out with the truth. With
real encounters.
Trying to do the right thing. And then he realised how much money he could make off this. Yeah. And then he kind of started twisting a lot of stuff. Like, he doesn't show a lot of things and for the edited to make it worse.
Yeah, there's a lot of editing.
And it entertaining, yes. But truthful, no.
I mean, Ghost Adventures is good.
Yeah.
We do like watching it, but then, yeah, I don't know. I do want to go to his museum, though.
Oh, yeah, I want to go.
Yeah, I want to go. I mean, we've seen quite a few
I want him
tours.
To let us get in for free. I'm not paying him.
But no, we've seen quite a few people go and visit, haven't we?
Yeah.
On YouTube. We're always watching YouTube.
Yeah, I think he's a bit of a controversial guy, isn't he?
He is, yeah. I mean, I do like him, but then there's sort of stuff that you've read and seen.
He does a lot for the cameras.
Yeah.
And we're more about seeing real shit.
Yeah. But
entertaining, like I said. For entertainment purposes, it's good. But do I believe everything that happens?
No.
Probably, definitely not.
Yeah.
So it's one of them, unfortunately.
It is one of them. We're always ending on one of them. One of them.
It is one of them.
It is one of them, yeah.
So, here's where things get interesting. After nearly 2 decades of the Dybbuk Box being one of the most paranormal legends on the internet, Kevin Mannis dropped a bombshell.
He did indeed, because in 2021, Mannis gave an interview to a reporter named Charles Moss, what a name! Charles Moss from Input magazine, and in that interview, he admitted that the entire backstory was fiction.
Yeah.
This is where it gets interesting.
Charles Moss should have been known as Charlie Moss, because that sounds bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie Moss,
What?
Yeah. His exact words were, "I am a creative writer. The Dybbuk Box is a story that I created. And the Dybbuk Box story has done exactly what I intended it to do when I posted it, which is to become an interactive story in real time."
An interactive horror story. He literally said he made it up as a creative writing project. There was no Holocaust survivor grandmother. There was no haunted history. It was all fiction designed to sell a wine cabinet on eBay.
But isn't that weird, though?
Yeah, I mean, he's not writing the ad, is he?
He only got $130 fucking for it.
140, actually.
Right, but I mean, that's a lot of effort to go.
That's a lot of effort just
fucking...
to sell a tiny wine cabinet. But you don't know how. But maybe the business wasn't doing as good, so he needed.
Yeah, come on. I mean,
yeah.
all right, you'll do that and sell one of them.
And is he really a creative writer? Has anyone heard him?
And then, what do? Do you make up stories for every item to try and sell it?
Bit weird,
If
isn't
he
it?
was any good, he'd just do it up and sell it normal. It just
Maybe he's shit at his job, and this was the only way he could sell it.
Something doesn't smell. It doesn't sit right with me at all, does it? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
No.
Do you know what I mean? There was also a Facebook post from 2015, so 6 years before that interview, where Manis wrote, "I am the original creator of the story of the Dybbuk Box, which appeared as one of my eBay posts back in 2003.
He even challenged people, saying if anyone could find any reference to a Dybbuk Box anywhere in history prior to his 2003 eBay post, he'd pay them $100,000 and tattoo their name on his forehead."
Pretty confident.
That is how confident he was that he'd invented this entire concept.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
And he's right, researchers and skeptics have searched extensively, and there is no historical precedent in Jewish folklore for Dybbuks being trapped in boxes. It's not a thing. Kevin Manis made it up.
So journalist Sam Biddle investigated the box's construction and concluded it's not even a Jewish wine cabinet from Spain. It's a minibar from New York. Just a regular piece of furniture that Manis spun an elaborate backstory for.
Mental. So that's it, right?
Yeah.
Case closed. The Dybbuk Box is a hoax. Kevin Manis admits it. We can all go home. Except
Hundreds of people have reported experiencing paranormal activity around this box. Real people, not just the owners, but museum visitors, investigators, random people who've been near it.
Yeah, Jason Haxton, who's a respected museum director and academic, wrote an entire book about his experiences that we talked about earlier. He's not some paranormal enthusiast looking to get famous. He's a legitimate professional who claims this thing destroyed his health.
Youssef, the college student, reported hair loss that had no medical explanation. Zach Baggins and his museum staff have documented countless incidents. Are all of these people lying? Or are they all delusional?
Oh, here's a darker thought. Did Kevin Manis accidentally create something real? In occult and paranormal theory, there's a concept called a tulpa, or thought form.
That's actually in Supernatural as well.
Which is also
in Supernatural. The idea is that if enough people believe in something, if enough psychic energy and attention is focused on an object or an entity, it can actually manifest. So believing itself can create it in our reality.
Yeah. Millions of people have read about the Dybbuk Box. Thousands have visited it. Countless individuals have focused fear, curiosity and belief on one object. Could all that collective energy have actually cursed it?
That's all the question of whether Manis is telling the truth now, or maybe the confession is the lie, not the original story. Maybe things got too real, too scary, and he's backtracking to protect himself or others.
Or maybe the paranormal community didn't take kindly to being fooled, and the confession is damage control. It's hard to know what to believe.
What we do know is that the Dybbuk Box has become a cultural phenomenon. It inspired a major Hollywood film, The Possession, in 2012, and Sam Raimi produced it. It made $82 million worldwide.
And he sold the box for $140.
Yep.
This is what I don't understand. If you want to make money,
Why do it on eBay?
yeah, just write a fucking story and do it properly and make it into a thing. But there we go. The box has been featured on Ghost Adventures, Paranormal Witness, countless YouTube videos, documentaries, podcasts. It's become one of the most recognisable cursed objects in the world.
And it is still at the Haunted Museum in Las Vegas, still reportedly causing problems. Whether you believe it's cursed or not, you can go and see it for yourself if you're brave enough.
But tickets fill up fast. The museum is rated as one of the most haunted places in America, and the Dybbuk Box is the crown jewel of Bagan' collection, the centrepiece that draws visitors from around the world.
So is the Dybbuk Box real? Is it cursed? Or is it just a really good story that got out of hand? The truth is, we may never know for sure.
What we do know is that something about this object fascinates people, whether it's truly haunted or whether the human mind is just incredibly powerful and suggestible. The Dybbuk Box has carved out its place in paranormal history.
And maybe that's the scariest part. Not whether the curse is real, but how easily a story can become reality when enough people believe in it. How easily fear can manifest into something tangible.
Because at the end of the day, if you stand in front of that box at the Haunted Museum and you feel something, does it matter whether Kevin Manus made up the backstory? The experience is real to you.
And that's the power of cursed objects. Whether they're actually cursed or not, the belief itself becomes the curse.
Yeah, so what's your take?
I don't know. Again.
Yeah, it's one of them, innit?
One of them. Sorry if you can hear clip clopping, it's the dog. But no, I don't know. It's one of them again. I'd have to experience it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But
it's hard.
It can't be the answer to everything all the time. But it's like literally every answer.
Well, that's why stuff's paranormal, I suppose. There's no reason, is there?
The fact that you've got people there, like from the journalists actually researching about this box, and he's found it's just from New York. It's not the whole backstory. It's like, do you believe the story that Kevin did tell?
Yeah.
It's one to use the. Like, what pisses me off about the story though is what he's used in it, because of like the Holocaust and that. It's like that was an awful thing.
Yeah.
Awful thing, and the fact that he's used that, I find, or like, I don't like that he's done that.
Oh, I'm a creative writer.
I'm a creative writer, so what, you use the Holocaust?
No, you're a cock who made up a story to sell a fucking box for $140.
Yeah,
that's all I'm getting from it. And you've used fucking...
I mean, you suppose you could say that about films, when they've done films about the Holocaust, but that's just trying to put into perspective about what it was.
It's not just some prick that thinks he's a creative writer that's trying to flog someone on eBay, is it?
Yeah, because I think a journalist went and actually talked to his family. From what we watched, they went and talked to his family, and they were asking about like the dreams and stuff like that, and they turned around like, no, never happened. Never got given a box. Never had it in my house. Never. He's never done that.
It's fucking hard, isn't it?
And then I think I can't remember if I only watched it yesterday as well. I can't remember if it said like his mum was already ill as well.
Well, she definitely had a stroke.
She definitely had a stroke because she couldn't talk.
Yeah, he admitted
as
that.
well. So, like, but was it when he gave her the box, or was it just a?
Apparently, that's true. Apparently, when he gave her the box as a present, she opened it and had the stroke at the same time. Coincidence? We don't know.
It's like there is a lot of coincidences around this box, which makes me go back then thinking, because you had Youssef, who was a college student, who was having hair loss due to nothing, but that could have just been stress from college.
Yeah.
And then and obviously he spent $140 on this box. He's probably skint now because he's a college student.
Yeah.
And
he didn't eat for a month.
He didn't eat for and it's one of them. But then and then the other side of it, you've got the professor.
Yeah.
He's a very respectable person. He's very clever man.
Yeah.
And his whole body his health was fucked, and his wife ended up with blisters from touching the clothes. But then that makes you think, well, what's going on there?
I mean, is he making up as well to sell?
Is he making up to sell the book?
But he did bury it in the grounds of his property.
Yeah, he did, and he never told anybody.
Which is kind of nuts.
He wouldn't, because we actually watched a clip from when he sold the Dybbuk Box to Zach Baggins, because they've got like a little clip of it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he actually said he hasn't told a single person where it's buried,
No.
and it's in an army box.
Yeah.
A massive armed box.
Yeah, it's a protective box.
In a massive
buried.
protective box and buried, and he doesn't tell anybody where it is because it's on his land of his home.
Strange, isn't
But
it?
then he's the type of person I don't think needed the money because he's got like a massive estate, I think.
Everyone likes money.
I know, but
yeah,
I don't know.
It's hard. But then you've got the whole tulpa thing, so that's meant to be a thing.
That's a real thing. So
and if you put that much stuff into, thought,
that many people believe in it and that. But then you
can manifest something.
Is it psychological when people go to the box, so they're expecting it to do something, so their mind's just like, ugh.
Well, you know what I'm going to say? No. It's one of them, isn't it?
Yep. It's one of them. What are your thoughts, guys?
Yeah, what do you think about the Dybbuk Box? We'd like to hear what you think.
We would indeed.
You can message us on all our social media, or you can email us at tilldeathparapod@gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Nailed it. But would you touch the Dybbuk Box?
I wouldn't touch it, no.
Would you not?
No.
I would.
Because I know you would.
And I'll put all my curses onto you.
I've already got enough curses. I don't need any more. But no, I don't know, because it's... Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it?
It's like... Because of this Dybbuk Box, it's like, is other stuff cursed real?
Well, exactly.
Like the whole Annabelle doll.
But we're drawn to cursed objects just through sheer curiosity, aren't we?
Yeah, I know what happened to curiosity. Killed the cat.
That's why there's cat piss everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, coincidence? I think not.
But yeah, I don't know. It is an odd one, whether it's true or not, or whether they've manifested something on this box. And it could be the same with any cursed object, like the Annabelle doll and stuff like that. Who knows if it was just something a bit odd that happened, and you could bypass it and just forget about it. But then so many people jumped on bandwagons.
It's the Chinese whispers again.
Oh, you manifest it.
You manifest it because it's passing on and passing on and passing on.
Which would then make it a tulpa thing.
They turn it into a tulpa thing because there is actual lore on a tulpa.
Yeah.
And that as well. There's that's what
makes it.
I don't know what religion it's come from, but
I don't know, but that's something we may go into in a future episode.
Yeah.
Touch base on that one.
Well, there you have it. The complete story of the Dybbuk Box, from the Jewish folklore to the internet legend to potential hoax and everything in between.
If you do want to go and see it for yourself, Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum is at 600 East Charleston Boulevard in Las Vegas. So if you're going to go and have a good time, get drunk, hangover stylesies, and do some
lose all your money.
Yeah. Say $40 for the entrance fee.
Yeah.
But you can get tickets at thehauntedmuseum.com. But you do have to be 16 or older, because you do have to sign a waiver.
You do,
like with a lot of these
indeed.
places that we mentioned.
Yeah, there's always a waiver. Yeah. And if you're interested in the film The Possession from 2012, is available on most streaming platforms. And Jason Haxton's book, The Dybbuk Box, goes into much more detail about his experiences as well, which will probably be on Amazon.
Yeah. Make sure you're following us on social media. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff.
We try and post when we can.
We do try and post when we can.
But remember, we are full-time workers with kids and a dog.
And a dog, yeah. So, we try. But we do any behind-the-scenes stuff there. And, let us know what you think. Is the Dybbuk Box real? Are you team it's cursed? Or are you team it's hoax?
And if you're not already subscribed to the Till Death Paranormal podcast, hit that subscribe button now. We've got more cursed objects and more fun coming your way in the next coming weeks.
We do indeed. And don't forget to rate and review us.
Oh yes, rate and review.
Because that will help us spread around a little bit.
Yeah, but really stay away from mysterious boxes at estate sales.
Yeah, and if you see an old Agony Dreams, maybe don't buy that antique on eBay.
Yeah, maybe don't buy it. And if you see like a long description, don't bother. Yeah, just go onto Reddit and read the story there.
Yeah, if the description starts with, "This is the hideous things that happened to me," sort of leave it where it is.
Yeah, leave it there.
Right.
And remember, not all stories have an end.
Said I do and now we're stuck, going through life without much luck. Circus I've been there.